Hi there, this is Laura with Mom Envy, and I'm going to show you today how to navigate the main Mega Meal Planner. I have chosen one of the color options in a Monday start, but as you know, I have 3 different color options, so it's going to look the same no matter which one you choose. Everything's going to navigate the same. The only difference will be the color. Now, I am not going to be showing you this on a tablet because when I recorded it, it just was a little hard to follow. So I thought it would be best instead to show you on my big computer screen where I could really record exactly what I'm clicking. So you're going to have your cover. From there, it is going to open up into your main planner home. On the left side, you have your kitchen conversions and tips, and this is just all of the conversions that you would quickly need while you're working on a recipe. On the right side, there's a place where you can write who the planner belongs to. If this is not a page that you would like, you can just cover this up and make this whatever else you'd like. Maybe it's other tips and tricks, maybe it's some photos of food you made. Whatever you would like, you can place it here. Now, up at the top, you will see all of our sections. We have our tabs for our calendar, our shopping list, our inventory, our favorite meals, meals to try, recipes, our notes section, sticker section, and template section. So we're going to go through each of these sections one at a time, but first I'd like to show you the little icons on the left-hand side. If I click the home, it's going to close the entire planner for you. If I click these little lines over here, this is going to take you to your index. And from here, you have every single possible page is linked in here. So that way, if you want to go see, go to your appetizer section. If I click that, it'll take me to my appetizer section. But this index here is the easiest, quickest way to find anything that you'd like. So let's say I want to go to September to plan. Click that, I get to go to September. Below that, you have a little measuring cup, and that will take you back here to your home open conversion page. You'll see that cup is missing on this page because it is the conversion page, but it is on every other single page of our planner, as you can see. So what I'd like to do now is to go through every single section of our planner. And we're going to start up here with our calendar. So I'm going to click our calendar tab, and that takes us to our main calendar index. This is an undated planner, which means you can use it again and again and again. It also means that you can start wherever you'd like. So even though it starts with January, if you've downloaded this and you're using it, let's say the beginning of December, you can start in December. What you're going to do is I'm even going to show you December as an option, as our example. So I'm going to click here to December, and I can start with December. Now, when you're within your calendar section only, on the right side, you will see you have additional tabs. These tabs are to easily navigate from month to month. So every single one of them will take you to their month, which makes it really easy to navigate while you're planning. What I love about this is because you can reuse it again and again, is once you've planned for an entire year, when you go back to the next year, before you clear the page, look at what you planned the year before, because I'm telling you, it's going to make planning that month so much easier. You literally could just change the numbers that you've written down and literally keep the exact same menu plan, only changing things based on, let's say, you've got a sporting event one night, or you've got going to the movies, you're going out to eat. You can move those around, but the rest of it will be planned for you. And that is why I love the digital planner so much for meal planning, because it makes it so easy. Okay, so everything within your month is going to be hyperlinked. Because it is undated, again, I have it so that the very first row is going to go to week 1. The second row will go to week 2, then week 3, week 4, week 5, week 6. And you're going to have this for every single month. So if I click any of these days, Monday through Sunday here, it'll take me to my very first week. On the left-hand side, you can plan out your breakfast, lunch, and dinner for every day of the week. On the right-hand side, you can make a shopping list and then keep notes. Down here, I want you to look at the bottom left-hand side. For every single month, you can easily navigate from week to week by clicking the number at the very bottom. So if you're in week 1 and you want to flip ahead to week 4, if you click the 4, it'll take you to week 4. Also within your weekly page, if you click the month up here where it says December, it'll take you back home to your monthly, which just makes it really easy to use. So let's see if I want to go to week 5. If I click this, I'm now in week 5. Not that you can't tell that because I haven't written in what the numbers are up here. And so with the digital stickers, I give you the numbers so you can say week of December and you can write 7, and I've given you the word 2 and you can write 2. And so that way you can fill this in. So that is our calendar section. Again, if I click calendar, it's going to take me back to my home and I can use my right side tabs to navigate. But notice when I click shopping list, which is my next section, I lose my months on the side. Okay, so you have your calendar and now you're going to work with your shopping list. You want to plan out what you're going to buy at the grocery store. I've done all the major categories, plus I've given you 2 blank sections so that you can fill in things that are specific to your needs for a category. What I love about the digital planning, again, is that I can fill out my entire shopping list and then I can print it and I have it all on one page, making it super easy to shop. Or I can access it from, bring my iPad with me, or even bring my phone with me and access it on my phone. Now, you can duplicate this page every single week that you need to go shopping, but my preference is to just clear the page and start over because, again, with digital planning, we can easily erase the entire thing and just start over. The next section you're going to come to at the top is our inventory tab, and this is where you're just going to keep an inventory of what is in your household. And again, what I love with the digital planning is that I can constantly erase it and update it. So if let's say in my refrigerator, I want to know how many eggs I have, I can easily say, okay, I know I have a dozen eggs at home. I know when I have to use them by, and I can fill this in and make it super easy to use. The next tab at the top is our favorite meals tab. And honestly, when I'm meal planning, this is my favorite tool to use because it makes planning so much easier. This is where you're going to keep track of all of the meals that your family will actually eat. You have up at the top in this little pink section, it's blank so that you can put in any category that you would like. So you can put in chicken, pasta, beef, whatever works for your family. Under that category then, you have lots of lines to list what the meals are. And the reason I do this is because maybe you're like, okay, I know I need to have a chicken meal this week because I've got chicken in the fridge I got to use up. So then you come to your favorite meals thing, look at the chicken section and say, you know what? Oh man, we haven't had, chicken Parmesan in a while. Let me go ahead and get this chicken Parmesan. It makes it really easy to do. You'll notice at the bottom of your favorite meals, you have 3 pages worth. So this is duplicated 3 times essentially, so that you can have up to 18 different categories, or if you have a ton of favorite of one thing, you can have 2 different categories for it. Maybe chicken recipes takes up 2 of these. And so this is just so that you can easily navigate to the other pages. After this section, then you have your meals to try section. And again, what I like about this is I can keep track of all the things, the meals I want to make. How many times have you seen a TikTok recipe, a Pinterest recipe, a recipe your mom sent you, and you're like, man, I really need to remember to do that recipe. I haven't made it yet. Well, this is where you list that meal, and then you can easily, if you decide you like it or don't like it, you can take it and move it to a favorite meal, or you can erase it if you hated it and never want to try it again. At the bottom of your to try section, just like in your favorite meal section, you have these easy to click through dots so that you can click to your first page, your second page, or third page, list of ideas. So with 3 different pages, you have up to 18 different categories that you can track, or just 18 pages worth, because maybe you want to have 2 sections for chicken because you have a lot of chicken ideas, or 2 sections for pasta. But you have up to 18 different spots. From your meals to try section, you're going to go to your recipe section of your notebook, which is a very large section. And again, I will show you in a different video how to actually use just the recipe book alone. But when you click on the recipe section, you'll notice on the right side, just like with the calendar, a bunch of tabs pop up. This is so that you can easily navigate through your recipe planner. You also have the index, which you will always go to whenever you click the top tab. So from here, you'll see that you have a bunch of different recipe categories. You have, let's look on the right side, breakfast, appetizers, soups, salads, main dishes, sauces, sides, breads, desserts, drinks, holidays, and other recipes that don't fit into the other categories. Now, under your main dishes section, you'll see here in the index, and again, when I go to that section, that you also have additional categories. You have chicken, beef, pork, seafood, vegetarian, and pasta. And then you'll see other main dishes for recipes that don't fit into the other categories. Then under holidays, you'll see it's blank, and that's because I've given you the option to come up with 8 different holidays. That way it's customized based on you and your needs. Not everybody celebrates the same holidays. So for example, not everybody celebrates Christmas. So I'm not going to put a Christmas section in and then have somebody who doesn't celebrate Christmas download this. So instead, what I've done is I've left it blank so that you can go ahead and put in up to 8 different options for holidays so you can keep track of those recipes. So let's take a look at one of our sections. Let's look at our breakfast section. So again, if I click recipes, it takes me home. If I click here on breakfast, or if I click over on the tab on breakfast, it takes me to my breakfast index. For each section, except for your holiday section, you get up to 50 linked recipes. And what I mean by that is these numbers on the side just aren't pretty to keep things in order. When I click the number 1, it will take me to my first breakfast recipe. If I click on the number 2, it'll take me to my second breakfast recipe. And so this just makes it really easy to navigate and to find your recipes. Now I know in GoodNotes, I can actually search by a recipe. So I could, for instance, type in chicken parmesan and it would take me to show me all the different places where I use the word chicken parmesan within my planner. But I'm not sure if every single thing has that. So this just makes it really easy to navigate through your recipes and find them. So that way, when you go to make a meal, you're not scrambling to find that recipe. You can easily find it within here. So when I click on it, as you can see, it takes me to my recipe page and I can write the recipes I can color in my rating for how much I like it. I can say if it's easy, a little bit hard, or super hard. I can put in how many people it serves, how long it took me to prep it, how long it took to cook. I put up here oven temperature because I'm always kind of like, whenever I'm cooking something, I kind of can't remember what I should be preheating my oven to. And I hate to have to go through the recipe to find it. So I've placed it right here to make it really easy to preheat your oven before you even begin. And then if you have the recipe has been given to you by somebody, or if you found it on a certain website or blog, you can write it here. On the left side, you have your ingredient list. On the right side, you have notes about the recipes. So maybe you want to make sure you tell yourself to only use fresh Parmesan cheese. Or maybe you want to say to yourself, oh, give yourself a lot of time to prep this because it takes a while. It needs to be in the crock pot for 8 hours. Whatever the note is that you would think would be important, you can put it there. And then on the right side, you're going to list your directions. Now, you're probably wondering what this little blank section is. As you guys know, digital planning, in all honesty, you can use it however you'd like. You can put stickers there, you can draw a little doodle, but I actually put it there so that you can put a picture. You can put a picture from the website. You can put a picture that you've taken yourself. You can put a picture of your family making it together, whatever picture you would like. I just thought it would be nice to have like a little section to put a picture. Now, if you don't want to use it this way, you're like, oh, I don't really, I have this recipe and I don't want to have to write the whole thing out when I can just take a screenshot of it. Within your digital stickers, I've given you a white sticker, and I've given you the white sticker so that you can take it and stretch it to cover over top of this so that you can then on top of that sticker put anything you'd like. Now, of course, you can also use like a white rectangle or a black one if you want to change the color background. But you can definitely paste a recipe directly from a website right on top of this. Again, that's the benefit of digital planning. Okay, so that's my breakfast section. Let me show you my main dish section because it's a little different than the other ones. Under main dishes, when I click that, I'm taken to my index of my main dishes. I tucked these away underneath of the main dishes category because I found that it just got super bulky with this many extra tabs. And instead what I've done is I've got your main dishes here, and then at the very bottom you'll see you have more tabs now. You have chicken, beef, pork, seafood, vegetarian, pasta, and other. And this just makes it a little bit easier to navigate and didn't make the right side so bulky and difficult to read what each of the categories were. And so you'll see it's no different. From here, I still have 50 chicken recipes, my beef, my pork, everything's the same. Now, the only other section that looks a little bit different is the holiday section. If I click that, you will see that I'm taken to a main index with 8 blank spots. This is so that you can customize it with whatever holidays you would like, because not everybody celebrates the same holidays. You can use either the digital stickers, or you can type in here, or you can write in here, however you'd like to label them. But like everything else, they are hyperlinked. So if I click section 1, it'll take me to my main index for section 1 for my holiday, and I have 25 hyperlinked recipe pages for that holiday section. And again, I have up to 8 different holiday sections, which you can click at the bottom left-hand corner to navigate to get to the index for those. And as you see, when I click on the number, it'll take me again to the recipe. So if I click holidays, it takes me back home to my main index. And then again, I can click from here to get to any of the holidays that I have chosen. And right up here at the top, you can write in the holiday as well, or again, use a PNG sticker or type it. Once you leave your recipe section, you will get into your notes section. And just like the holiday section, I've given you 10 different spots so that you can keep track of your notes however you'd like. You can categorize them. So maybe you want to have a section that's just on tips and tricks for cooking. Maybe you want to have a section with your Thanksgiving meal planning because you want to have a whole area where you can write up what your menu is and your timeline so that you don't have to look that up every single year. Maybe you want to have a section for Christmas, same thing. Whatever you'd like your note sections to be, you have up to 10 different options. And when you click it, it'll just take you to a bunch of lined pages. And the bottom left, everything is hyperlinked, so you can also navigate to each section through there. After your note section, you have a sticker section, which is just going to be 2 blank pages, which you can duplicate to put as many stickers as you'd like. The reason I didn't put any pre-cropped stickers in here is because everybody uses different digital planning programs, and I wanted to make sure this worked for the majority of people. So to do that, it's just blank, so you can put in your own stickers. And then the very final section is your template section. Under here, you'll find your hex codes, so that way if you want to use the exact same colors I've used, you know what they are. If you want to use the same fonts, not only can you see what they are, but if you click these, it'll take you to the actual page where you can get the font. Then on the right side, you'll see different templates. You have a blank page one, aligned, wide lined, notebook, dot grid, graph, 3-column, 2-column, and to-do. And when you click it, it'll take you to that template. So you can insert that into any section you'd like, but just be aware that these only have the top tabs, so it makes it a little difficult to insert them into the other sections like the recipes or the calendar section. So instead, you can click here where it says access the Mom Envy Google Drive folder, and this will take you to the widgets so that you can copy and paste them in. And if you need to cover a page, just use that white sticker to drag and cover the page, and then you can put one of these templates on top. From here, you can also get to my digital storefront, and then you can also join my Mom Envy Club, which is completely free. It says it gets you access to over 200 freebies, but honestly, at this point, it's probably over 300 freebies. And so if you click that, you can get to freebies, including in more recent months, I have been doing many more digital planning files because that's something new to me in the last few months. So I have been adding things. So if you look at the more recent files, you're going to find digital planning items. So that is it. If you have any other questions, you can just send me an email and I'll be happy to help.